I have personally always been very fascinated with psychology and how we're all wired differently. I want to know why we are the way we are. So, we've probably all discussed the theory, which is super trippy when you first discover it, that possibly as humans, since we can't describe colors without using other colors, it is totally possible and in the realm of reality that we could perceive all colors differently. For example, what I see as green, you could see as purple. But if you're grown up and you're taught this is purple, but it's actually green your whole life, how would you know the difference? So, I have never personally thought about this, how the months of the year are laid out in your head. I know some people don't have the inner monologue in their head, and I know some people only see pictures and not words in their head. I personally see words in my head and I do have an inner monologue, but I do not see my calendar how this girl laid out her calendar. So I thought that was really interesting and I kind of want to show you what I see. So this is how I view it in my head, and it's pretty much just a grid. I lay it out 4x3, whereas I brought this up to my students today. Some of them see the yearly calendar linearly. So January's at the top, February, March, and so on. However, some of them did see it like the girl in this video that I showed you, where it's one column, another column. And then there were some people that saw it straight across like an alphabet. So like left to right, January, February, March, April. Somebody saw it in a wheel, and somebody saw it like in 3 rows down. It was like January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. I was like, no. So I'm very curious as to what everybody else's brains look like, as to what everyone else's perception of the months of the year look like in their head. And I'm gonna turn my stitches on because the girl, sorry, I couldn't stitch her video because she had her stitches off. But this really sparked some conversation in my classroom, and I just find it fascinating. So my big takeaway from all of this pondering is that maybe the way that we learn about months affects how we see it in our head. So, for example, if you are in elementary school and you're first learning what January is, okay, maybe your teacher showed you a picture of ice and ice skating and scarves and hats and all that kind of stuff. And they were like, this is January. Okay, so then maybe you see that image in your head of the scarves, the hats, the snow, whatever, every time you think of that month, because that's how it was introduced to you. I don't know. But I definitely remember learning my months, like a poster, kind of how I see it in my head. So do we remember it? Do we visualize it the way that it's presented to us? Or are we predisposed to have this layout in our head? Because some people are chronological, linear thinkers, and other people are more visual, creative, abstract thinkers. What do you think? And what do you see when you imagine the months of the year?